Okay, so today's quick tip is going to focus on boundaries within inside the classroom. Boundaries. My space. No come in here. All right, so for this session, we're going to talk about how... So in this session, we're going to talk about boundaries inside the classroom. So what are boundaries inside the classroom? Well, you have spaces that you don't want the students to go near, and you also have things that you don't want the students to mess with. Case in point, I got my little Mr. Potato Bader over here on my desk. And if you have little kids, establishing boundaries inside the classroom is something imperative that I work on from the very beginning of my class and to the very end of it. A couple things that I work on for boundaries are the teacher's area. Off limits, 100%. Nobody comes and sits at my desk except for me. Nobody messes with the stuff on my desk except for me. Because it is my space, they are guests within my studio, because as I'm an art teacher, I want to establish those boundaries early on so that they know this is how this works and there's no questions whatsoever about it. And I touch base on it only once, because if you continue to address a situation, you are furthering that problem kind of across the board. Try and work on getting everything established, your methodologies, your practice, everything that you do inside your classroom as soon as you possibly can. Not in the middle of the semester, not at the end of the year, oh, we're going to change everything, because you've created a problem to start with. First couple days of class, every book, every teacher in service that you run across, everybody says start on all this early. And it's a very important lesson to learn, because if you want to change your progress, you can't change your progress, you can't change your methods halfway through. It's not going to work, ever. The only time you can change stuff after the year started is after the winter break. January, it's a new semester, it's a fresh start. Students have been out of the building for a long time, so when they come back, you can address something right then. But that's the only other time during the course of the year that you really can address it, unless you're on another rotation, such as a 9-week program, a 6-week program, trimesters, which is a thing for some people. But overall, you have to start off your boundaries, just one of your routines early on. Hey, Mr. G, what's up? How's it going? No, never. Now and I'll say this for me, as far as shaking a kid's hand, hugs, no, off limits. It's a bad idea. The reason I'm off limits about it is two reasons. One, never be in contact with a student. To quote one of our professional standards commissioner people, be friendly, but don't be a friend. For me, I'm the instructor, always. From day one, I'm the instructor. My name's Mr. G. That's what I want you guys to call me. Don't forget the Mr. Flat out. That's what I tell them every time. When students come up to me and they want to shake my hand or something, I do a fist pump, just because this is so much less of an issue, mainly for germs. Sometimes a student doesn't wash their hands. Sometimes they touch something that you don't want to touch and have on your hands. So the fist bump, it's the same thing. Instead of shaking a hand, that's the only thing I do, and it just keeps that professionalism established with your students. Again, boundaries, professionalism, these are all those basic things that you as an instructor, as a teacher, need to know, because sometimes there's a gray area where no one really went into specifics and said, oh yeah, don't do this. I'm actually going to say, don't do that. It's a bad idea. Never consider it again. Get it out of your brain right now. And it's just to make sure that you have established yourself as a professional, and you continue to keep that credit, and it never becomes an issue otherwise. Hey class, I hope you liked the last video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also check out anything on Trifire Studios across the web. Pinterest, yeah, it's kind of the only one I do. And YouTube. Got more stuff on there. Check it out. Thanks.